talk truth, we talk pain, turning struggle into strength again. From the heart to the mic, we keep it grown, keep it right. If you're looking for the path you lost, we bring the light into your life. Talking with Maserati, where real men rise, where the broken heal, where the world gets better every time we keep it real. Talking with Maserati, yeah, this is where the change starts. Every story got a meaning, every mind got a fight, but every day's another chance to turn wrongs into rights. We building better brothers, better fathers, better friends. We talk life, we talk pressure, we talk power from within. Sit back, breathe, open your mind and let's grow together this. It's Talking with Maserati.
What's going on? What's going on? What is going on today, man? Listen. We are starting off, and let me show my face. Let me show y'all my face. We are starting off, right, with our new. You know what? Should I switch? I might switch off. I might switch off, guys. Let me see how I look. Let's see if I want to switch off. Do I want to switch off or do I want to go back? I don't know. I want to switch off. We are starting our new 10-episode series, right? Of this new thing we got going, and I don't like how this looks. For some reason, I just don't like how this looks. It's like bugging me, guys. Hold on, guys. There we go. You guys can see I'm zooming in. There we go. Bam. So we starting our new 10-episode series, right? And if you're just now getting in, tune in. It's not gonna be long. So this 10-episode series starting the new year off is just kind of get back to our foundational content map of just self-improvement, men improvement. Right now we're only on, I believe, Twitch and YouTube, right? And I want to thank all the new people who are here. If it's your first time, thank you for coming, right? But also what I do want to say is this. Why is this on? I want this off. I don't know why that is on. There we go. So what I do want to say is the goal here really is to help build better people and just tell the truth and have no hate, just the truth, right? So what I do want to do is, first thing I want to start with a question, right? And when I start with this question, it's very important when I ask this question that people understand what I'm saying when I say, do you understand the difference between being financially handsome versus financially stable? Because there's a big difference, right? And I'm just using handsome as in just because I'm a man, so I have to come from a man's point of view, right? So when we say this, right, I'm gonna say that, when I say that, I wanna make sure that I'm saying that correct. Hold on 1 second, guys. Make sure YouTube is good. Make sure YouTube is good. YouTube looks good. YouTube is looking good. Hi everybody on YouTube. How y'all doing? So I want to make sure everybody understands when I say that, right? Do you understand what financially handsome is versus financially stable, right? We all know what that means. We understand what that means, right? We're all aware of what that entails, right? Financially handsome, what that means is in this Instagram world, the social media world, it looks good. So the fake watches, the designer shoes, the Jordans, those things are financially handsome. It looks good on the outside, right? The exterior looks like that person has money, they're rich. the nice car, which is a car note, the nice house, which is a mortgage, rented jewelry, fake watches. Those things are financially handsome because it looks good when you see it. It's a certain way that light hits the fake diamonds, the moissanite. When you're online, those things look good. They look attractive to the eye, right? So we know that when that's up, it looks good. Like I said, it looks very, 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 very attractive to the eye, right? So we know that that's financially handsome. Now, what is financially stable? Financially stable is a good job, good career, 6 figures, good credit, financial literacy, responsibility, savings, a stock portfolio, investments, passive income. That's financial stability, right? That's being financially stable. But today's society, right? In today's society, we tend to gravitate more to financially handsome. Meaning, if I'm financially handsome, I could probably get more chicks than being financially stable, right? And it also depends on the demographic of people, right? That I'm dealing with. So I must start with that. So, fellas, do you find yourself more financially handsome or financially stable? Right? Do you find yourself more financially handsome or more financially stable? Because it's a big difference, right? It's up, Tiff. It's a big difference, right? You have to understand that it's a big difference because a lot of men are raised to be financially handsome, and it's very easy to be financially handsome. I'm gonna tell you the archetype for being financially handsome. You could be a hustler, you could be a street dude, you could wake up in the morning, go get a haircut every 2 weeks. You can keep your same pair of Jordans clean, white t-shirt, nice fake chain that's gold plated so it don't really rust that much, a little fake watch. And these are the aesthetics of financially handsome. You hang out, you know what I'm saying? And wear your jewelry not as much, but a little bit, right? And you attract the type of women who like financially handsome men. Now, the financially stable men, they go get their haircut as well, but they dress a little different. They wear more button collar shirts, polos. They wear khaki slacks, right? They wear jeans sometimes. They wear flip flops. They wear sandals. They wear loafers, right? They wear suits, but they wear very little jewelry. They wear watches, maybe. Rings, maybe. They're very humble and they're very subtle with what they wear. But what they do shows you they're financially stable. And what they do is what the financially handsome don't do. Is one distinctive tale that I'm gonna show you. Ladies, I'm this is a men's channel, but I'm gonna give the ladies a secret to see if your man is financially handsome or financially stable, ladies. So if you're dating a man right now, ladies, right? And you want to know if he's financially handsome or he's financially stable, watch this one thing. Watch this one thing, ladies. This is what I want you to do, ladies. When you go out to eat, I'm talking about anywhere, but we'll say a nice restaurant. I'm gonna go financially handsome nice restaurant, which is like Ruth Chris, Fleming's, or something like that, right? When you guys eat, right? One, if he asks how much something costs, he's financially handsome. If he just orders, he's financially stable. Financially handsome, he's gonna tip. He's gonna tip an amount. Financially stable is gonna tip 50%. There's a difference. And I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just telling you the attributes and the characteristics of someone who's financially handsome and financially stable. That's the difference. And so I want you to understand that when dealing with people, and I'm telling men also, it's okay to be financially handsome some point in your life, but at a certain time in your life, you want to grow to be financially stable. Now, as a man, you could be single and be financially handsome because I think you can bounce back and forth, to be honest. You can sometimes be financially stable, financially handsome, and go back and forth because times are hard. But you have to remember one thing. What is your goal in life? What is your goal in life? Is it to be financially stable? Is it to be rich, or is it to be wealthy? What is it? But here's the question, because this question goes to both of these topics, right? Or they both of these. Why do people confuse attention with security? Why do people confuse attention with security? And what I mean by that is, right, I'm gonna go to the ladies now. Women feel if a lot of men want them, that their value goes up, and that security in their future, meaning they could pick the right man who's financially handsome or financially stable, and they'll be good for the rest of their life based on the attention they get off of social media. Why is that? Somebody explain that to me. Why is that? I always wanted that. I always wanted to know about that. That's very interesting to me, because I always found that was very interesting. Because reason being is because I always find it very interesting, because that mindset, that way of thinking, it always fascinated me, because you have to understand one thing. Attention might be the new currency, and it is, because I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you if it wasn't, right? Attention might be the new currency, because I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't. But it's not security. It's not something you can tangibly hold and say, if I have attention, it's going to protect me from being poor, being hungry, being lonely. It won't. Attention will only get you so far in life. And what I mean by that is attention will only get you over the hump so far. Attention is not all that. Attention, don't get me wrong, listen. Now, let me say this. Now, listen. Before I put my foot in my mouth, there's certain attention that will get you a certain level of fame or attraction or monetary gain. Like with what I'm doing right now. If I tell you guys valid information, if I give you guys something that's inspirational, that's motivational, your attention can propel me to a certain level of success. But your attention won't make me a better person. It won't make me have better content. I still have to go learn. I still have to grow. I still have to do that, right? So I have to do that, right? So I can't base my security of life on the attention. I have to do the background work. Is why I have notes. That's why I have things I have to go to. That's why when you see me, you can say, oh, let me pull this up. Let me go to this book, that book, this saying, that saying. So the attention is not the security here. It's the knowledge that I'm pouring into, right? So let's talk about that. Why do people confuse attention with security? Why do you think that? Have we been groomed with social media? Have we been groomed with that? Have we been taught that if the more people see you, the better you are? Have we been taught with what they call it, the participation awards? Have that made it that? Where have we got to the point to where we say, hold up, if a bunch of people watch me, that's good? Or is it outside validation? What is it? Is it saying that if I'm not by myself, then I matter? Like, I don't get it. So with that being said, we'll let that linger for a little bit. We'll let that linger, because I feel like a lot of people are scared. They won't tell the truth. They'll tap dance around that. They'll say, oh, well, no, you need attention because, see, if ain't nobody talking about me, if I ain't got no haters, then I ain't doing nothing. If you ain't talking about you, so the attention is security. That sounds very insecure. They talked about Jesus. They're going to talk about everybody, bro. Do you know there's a homeless man with a sign right now on the freeway? Somebody's talking about him. Do you think that attention is security? No. People just talk about just random shit. But I'm not going to linger too long on that. What I want to talk about is image economics and real economics. Image economics and real economics. So what's the difference between image economics and real economics? When I say that, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Image economics is what a lot of Instagram models live off of, so-called baddies, and I don't even know what they call them no more. Do y'all? I don't. I like to call it Instagram rich or social media rich. Image economics is social media rich, TikTok rich, Twitch rich. Like when they're on these things, these cameras, these social sites, they're very popular, right? They're very popular. They're just so engulfed in this land of La La Land to where they're perfect, right? They're great. Everyone knows them, right? They got this thing locked in. But in real life, they have nothing to show for it. And why is that? Because they invested so much in image economics. Like they really invested everything in, okay, you know what? When I turn the camera on, let me put all this on, let me put my jewelry on, let me put this on, let me put my character on, and now I have a character. Now I want you to believe what I'm putting in front of you. Image economics. It makes no sense. Now, real economics are the people who say, wake up, have a business plan, execute the business plan, scale the business plan, and stay with the business plan throughout the year. And the reason why I chose this episode as the first episode of this 10-part episode, because the first day of the year, I was going to lay up and watch TV, I'm not going to lie, till I passed out. But it was very important for me to kick off this series. It was very important to me to kick off this series like this because it sets the tone for the year. If I didn't do this today, whether I give the best episode or I give you a mediocre episode, real economics is me giving you this episode. Image economics is me posting, I got a 10-episode series coming for the Talk with Maserati podcast. It's going to be the best series ever. No one is going to do it like me. That's image economics. That's me telling you guys on my story, I have a 10-part episode series coming up for Talk with Maserati. Instead of me getting on here, talking about the first episode, doing the first episode, investing in the first episode. Image economics is me saying, I'm going to start a podcast, I'm going to start a stream, and keep saying and never doing it. Real economics is investing in the equipment, doing everything that needs to be done to do it. Because the easiest thing to do is talk about something. The hardest thing to do is to actually do it. It's people out there that want to do great things, and they don't do it because why? It seems hard because the image economics is easier than the actual real economics. And I'm going to tell you this like this. You can live your life. You can live your life day by day saying what you coulda, woulda, shoulda in image economics. Meaning you can hop on social media. It's dope. Listen, I love social media. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. But if I live my life with social media saying, hey, I can do this, I can do this, I can hop in the comments and, I did this, getting mad because they doing this, they doing that, and I never tried anything. Imagine never trying anything. Like, you just wake up every day, go to work, come home for 30 years. For 30 years, like, that has to be, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't fathom life not trying something, not trying to be the best version of myself. But I won't harp on that long, right? Because I know we got a show today. Now, what I want to talk about now, remember today's topic is financially handsome versus financially stable. And a talking point I want to talk about right now is this. This is bothering me. Sorry, guys. Is why status fades but structure lasts. Why does status fade but structure last? And I wrote that note because a lot of times right now we're so caught up in status. And I'm gonna get real personal here. I'm gonna get real personal to some people. Y'all might not gonna like this. This might get clipped. The number one space we concern ourselves so much with status is at work, at church, and in our families. Think about that. We're so caught up in status at work, in the church, and our families. But guess what? We have no structure at work, at church, or in our families. And you'd be like, oh, no, there's structure. No, it ain't. If you really break it down to yourself. Now, some churches do have structure. I'm not saying that because I don't know every church in the world. But a lot of times when I see certain things, I'd be like, oh, they messy. Oh, they messy. Y'all know that. Come on. Y'all know that. Be honest with yourself. Y'all can't say it because pastor watching. He might watch. He might see it. Deacon, brother so-and-so, deacon no. But you know sister so-and-so messing with brother, deacon and whoop-de-wop. You know that. But it's cool. I ain't going to speak on it. But at work, the lack of structure at work, the lack of discipline at work. But their status at work, so-and-so's a supervisor, so-and-so's a manager, but there's no structure in the family home. Oh, that's auntie, that's grandma, that's mama, but there's no structure in the home. There's no discipline in the home. Status fades, structure lasts. Why? Because mama turns into grandma, grandma turns into great-grandma, and guess what happens? Nobody's going to listen to them as they get older. But if they kept structure in the household, that's gonna last forever. You know how I'm prove? You know how I can prove status doesn't last, but structure does? The Army, the Navy. What do you mean? What you say? Well, what does that mean, Maserati? In the service, right? No matter how high you get, you still have to follow the structure of following a command. No matter how high you get, someone above you gives you an order, you have to follow that. That is called structure over status. You see what I'm saying? So I can be a major general. I still got to listen to the chief of staff. I could be a captain, major, still got to listen to a general, admiral, whatever. I don't know all the status, but that's because of the structure of the armed forces. You see what I'm saying? In a company, status, I could be a manager, vice president, CEO, member of the board. I could still get voted out. I still have to listen to someone because the structure of the company outweighs my status. It's a movie I like called Batman. Do you guys like Batman? Well, I lighten it up. I like Batman, right? And in Batman, Bruce Wayne, he's the Dark Knight, right? And he's been gone for a minute. Alfred, played by Morgan Freeman's like, man, you've been going, the company's down. Now he's like, mind you, Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. His status is that of Gotham. His dad basically built Gotham. But what happened? The board kicked him out of his own company. He was broke. His status faded. But what happened? His structure as Batman propelled him right back. Why? Because that's his structure. But his status faded. So think about that. When status fades, structure lasts. So always understand it. Don't worry about your status. Worry about your structure. And I said that last night. Discipline and structure for 2026. You know, and the reason why I want y'all guys to understand that, because when you go into to 2026, I want y'all to be so successful. I want y'all to be so good. I want y'all to have everything y'all ever wanted, your heart desires, right? Because being desired doesn't mean being prepared. Remember that. Being desired does not mean being prepared. Okay? I want you to remember that. I always say things three times so you can get it. Being desired doesn't mean being prepared, right? So that's what I want you guys to understand. Right? Because you can have status right now. That'll fade. But if you have structure right now, that will last forever. I'm gonna show you. You know what? I'm gonna show you how structure. I'm gonna show you two things. I'm gonna show you two good examples right now. Hold on. Let me take a sip of this water. I'm gonna give you two prime examples how status fades, but structure lasts. Prison. When you go to prison, you become what? A prisoner, a convict, an inmate. What happens when you get to prison? Has anyone here been in prison? I doubt anyone's been in prison. Nobody's been in prison. I hope not. Anyway, when you go to prison, you become an inmate, convict, whatever. You learn discipline, structure. You got to go to bed at a certain time, lights out. You got to go eat. You got to work out. That's that structure. When you get released, you're no longer a prison. Your status changes. But guess what happens? Most people, not all, you keep that same structure. You discipline. You want to do better. Right? Now, that's for all you criminals out there. Now, let's go to the service. When you are a regular civilian like myself and you go to the Army, right? You go to the Army. You become a Army MP, a military police, whatever. You wake up every day. You shave every day. You put your boots on. You know how them Army dudes are. They shave every day. They clean cut. They just everything. When they get out the Army, when they discharge, they're a vet. They're no longer in the Army. They're civilian again. Their status changed, but guess what? They're still waking up 5 a.m. They're still making their bed. They're still shaving. They still have that same dry ass haircut. I've never seen most Army dudes, let's say from the South, don't have good haircuts. Structure lasts, status fades. I think it's very important that I make that known why I'm saying it like that, right? Because it's very important that I say it like that, right? It's very important, right? And so what I want to say here now, with that being said, I want to segue into the next segment. And the reason why I say segue into the next segment, because I'm learning how to not really run these into each other. So when I'm clipping them, or when people are clipping them, it's not just jumbled information. So that's why this 10-part episode series, I would like to, in some fashion, maybe do something with them. But I do want this more structure for you guys, because when I do these, I won't go live on Instagram with these ones, because lately, if you call Instagram, it's been wild. So we're gonna stay on track though. With that being said, why status fades but structure lasts. Also, I want to talk to y'all about how men and women miscalculate value. And I want you to see how these are all lining up. So if you've been catching these talking points, they've been lining up. How men and women both miscalculate value. We all miscalculate value based on how we look and what we have. We think that's value. So if a lady has a big ass, she got big titties, she's pretty, we feel she has value. We can be with her. We can be faithful with her. We can be outside with her. We can post her. We can show everybody we with her. Yeah, that's my girl. Don't talk to her. She's my girl. Because we feel like that is a sexual marketplace value. We think that this is something of value on my arm. This is arm candy. For women, if this man looks good, he got muscles, he got money, all the girls want, he's handsome, this is a man of value. We miscalculate so much value that we skip over the actual people who have value, who are actually decent, good human beings that actually bring value to our lives, that bring spiritual value, mental value, and emotional value. We overlook these people. Now, why is that? Because we don't take the time, that the few minutes, a few days to peel back the layers of people, to peel back the layers of people. It's very simple. You know how you peel back the layers of a person? Ask some questions. I'm going to tell you from my own experience. See, now that I'm telling you, it's not out no book. I have talking points, but this is not out no book. This is me telling you from my life experiences, bro. I'm telling you my life experiences. Peel back the layers. Take the time to ask questions from people. Like, actually, what do you do? How are you raised? What's your relationship like with your parents? What's your relationship like with your siblings? Okay. When's the last time you've been around your family? Do you really like your family? How do you feel how are you when you're mad? Okay. Do you donate plasma? Do you give to what donations? What's your church like? What's your relationship with your pastor? When's the last time you talked to your pastor? These are questions you have to ask. Well, how's work? Because you need to know every facet of a person. Peel back the layers to see the value of that person. Before you stick your dick in her, bro. Before you let him stick his dick in you, ma'am. Understand the value of who you are letting inside your mind, body, and soul. This is something we don't do. And I understand why. Because we want instant gratification. We want that nut right now. We want that feeling right now. We want to be with that person right now. Oh, I need that person right now because I feel lonely. I don't have it right now. So what? I'm telling you right now. I'm going to say it again. Being desired does not mean being prepared. And when you miscalculate value, you're not prepared. You're not prepared for the drama that's going to come. You're not prepared for the trauma that's going to come. You're not prepared for the pain that's going to come. You're not prepared for what's going to come down the line. See, a lot of y'all really don't want to be happy. You don't. Because if you wanted to be happy, you wouldn't miscalculate the value. You would say, you know what, hold up. And this is what I don't get with some ladies. I'm going to the women now. I don't care. I'm going to talk to the women. A lot of times, the reason why I go hard on the women, because y'all talk in circles, y'all talk redundant, and y'all talk very, very stupid to me. Now, not stupid in disrespect is, y'all say y'all don't want a man that do this. Y'all don't want a man who do that. Y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want that. Y'all tired of this. But yeah, y'all stay picking the same man who does this based off miscalculated value and the most vanity things ever. Money, looks, and dick. Money, looks, and dick. That's all you gotta do. Well, if you just know how to slang that thing and you look good and you have enough money, you're good. And you don't gotta have all three. One or the above. And I'm just telling you this from experience. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? You know why? Because attention is not security. Why is that? Because any woman who wants a man to give her all of his attention wants a man who's doing nothing with his life. If you're mad because he's not calling you, texting you 24/7, he's busy doing something, you are looking for the wrong man. Are you mad because a girl liked his picture? You're looking for the wrong man. If you're trying to dictate what he's doing, you're looking for the wrong man. You're not looking for a man. You're looking for a boy. If you don't got a son, go find you one, because that ain't it. That's just not what we do. But like I say, miscalculated value. You're not going to like, no woman's going to like me because, one, you can't son me. I'm a grown man. I know who I am as a man. My masculinity is not based off what you think I am, not the value you give me. You can't miscalculate my value because I know my value and it exuberates off of me. So therefore, you can't tell me what you think my value is. You can't tell me what you expect of me because your expectation don't mean jack shit to me. I'm just being real. I've never once met a woman and told a woman, hey, look, I'm smart. Hey, look, I'm a good man. Hey, look, I'm real. I never say that to a woman. I might tell her I ain't shit. I'm annoying. I'm an asshole. I'm going to talk so down on myself. Why? Because I know it's the exact opposite. I don't have to big myself up. Being around me, you're going to see that. You're going to see my character, how I deal with my friends, how I deal with people you don't know, because how you calculate a person's value is how they treat other people. When we at a restaurant, I say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, please. I was raised with respect. I'm not one of these goofies out here that think being tough and being a gangster is disrespecting people. That ain't gangster. That ain't real. Gangster saying, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Could you please? That's the difference. I was just raised different, man. You know, I get this generation do things a little different, and I'm not mad at that. I get it. I get it because, you know how I know that about the miscalculated value? When I do these type of this 10 episode series is going to kind of like be challenging, because when I do these episodes, not too many people really fuck with them. Like they take time to pick up steam. Like the replay value pick up, but like live stream, people don't really gravitate to them live stream. Like these are like replay episodes. Like they watch them afterwards when they got time to like sit and really understand what I'm saying. Live, they want the drama, like when I do my lives on Instagram. Niggas screaming, nigga, fuck you, pussy ass nigga, or niggas being goofy. That's the instant gratification. But when men are alone and they really want somebody to help them, and like, dang, they want to take time to help when they're alone, that's when they put this on. They don't want people to see them learning from somebody like, oh, hold on, we gotta be watching, bro. You know how I know that? This is why I don't miscalculate my value. You know how I know that? I'll be out or my DM, hey, bro, I'll be watching your podcast. Bro, you be having some good game. You really be giving it a game, bro. Thank you, man. I be really watching your stuff. Because I get views, I get plays, so I know somebody's watching it. But when people come and tell me, it's like, oh, you're getting the jewels I'm dropping. You just don't want nobody to know that you're getting, not because it's me. It's because you don't want to be embarrassed that you're learning from another man that you think is stuff you should already know. And I keep telling people, bro, I was raised with no dad, bro. I didn't have no father. I had no positive male figure in my life. I learned because at a very young age, I knew that my masculinity meant everything to me. That's what it was. And I would never let nobody play with me. My respect for myself meant everything to me. And I knew at a very young age, attraction without stability is a liability. I knew at a very young age that attraction without stability is a liability. So I knew that. And I knew, bro, I've been getting girls my whole life, bro. That ain't nothing. And I knew that from the mistakes I made as a young dude, that if I wasn't a masculine, mature man, I picked the wrong woman to mess up my whole life. Because I made some mistakes off of that, right? And I knew that, right? So when I knew that was going to happen, I had to think to myself, dang, how do I want to go about life with this? How I want to do that? You know, how would I make that happen? You know, how am I going to make that happen? What am I going to do to make that even a thing for me? By not miscalculating my value. You know what I'm saying? Not miscalculating who I am as a person. Understanding when I'm living life, how I want to live it as a man. That was important to me, right? Because as a man, I want to say this. I don't think a lot of people know this as a man. As a man, and you know what? I didn't know this. I'm not gonna act like I knew this. I ain't gonna cap. As a man, you always have other men looking to you, looking at you for some type of guidance or look, because I do. Don't think I got it all together. I look at other men for help or for guidance or look, and they don't even know because he might have some. I think, okay, dude, sharp. Okay, he got this. Then what he doing? Okay, damn, okay. Especially in the gym, at work, in life, because I don't know everything. So I have to get it from somewhere else. I got to put the pieces to the puzzle some kind of way. You know, I can't know it all. It's impossible for me to know it all. I can't know it all. It's impossible to be. I'm not a know-it-all. It's just not going to happen. I'm not a know-it-all. I wish I did. I can't, though. Right? And what I want to say, right? And I'm not going to hold y'all long tonight. So we're going to start keeping these things 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. We're not going to be doing the 2-hour things because I want to keep you guys engaged. I don't want you guys just dipping off, because it's said just between 45 minutes and 75 minutes is a good go time. So I want to keep it there. But I do want to get the message across for this 10-episode series, right? Understanding that. Where do you want to be in your life, guys? Like, do you want to be financially handsome or do you want to be financially stable? And what's the road getting there? And do you want to wait till you're in a relationship to do it, or you do want to do it before a relationship? Me personally, I don't want to be in a relationship and not be financially stable, because I'm gonna keep it real. I talked about this the other night, and I think, you know what, guys? I'm supposed to be going live this Saturday with some ladies, right? And we'll kind of get into some of this stuff we're going to be on IG Live with these ladies, and we'll kind of get into this stuff Saturday. But there's no man should be in no relationship with a woman. He's not financially stable. Not saying that because she should only be with men that have money, but you should be able to take care of your woman, take care of yourself, and provide a certain way of living. And what does that mean? You say, well, Maserati, what that mean? Think about this. I told my boy T. Ross about this. If I'm a man and I'm married to my wife, right? She's going to work to listen to what another man tells her, right? And so let's do the math, right? I want to show you the math. Your wife goes to work for 8 hours out of the day, 5 days out of the week, right? That's 40 hours. 8 of those hours she has to sleep, right? Depending on where you work, another 1 or 2 hours she's in traffic. That's the same for you. That leaves only 6 hours for you guys to really talk combined, plus the weekend. That's only 6 hours, plus the weekend. Guess what? Another dude or dudes have more time with her solo, 8 hours at work. Now, what does that mean? You're like, well, the numbers don't add up. Well, check this out. When you mess up, when she's tired of what you got going, where you think she's going, she's at work talking to a dude. Now, you say, I don't believe you, Maserati. Okay. Let me tell you something, bro. Everything you do wrong is amplified when she emotionally is starting to check out, because you're not seeing her, you're not hearing her, you're not really there. And what happens is this: a dude like me, who's disciplined, structured, can actually hold a conversation with her, who can actually see her and give her, not purposely give her the attention she wants, but just as a genuine friend. It's like, hey, what's wrong? When I can catch her energy when she walks in, man, what's wrong with you today? You're not your normal self. Are you okay? Like, really genuinely concerned. Like, are you okay? Do you need to talk here? You want some coffee? Hey, hold on. Do you need a shoulder to cry on? Do you just need somebody to hold you? Do you just need somebody to hold you? Do you know what that's going to do, bro? That could just be the one thing that tipped the barrel to where the emotions just flood out to that person and she checks out from you. This is why you have to make enough money and you have to be emotionally intelligent to say, you know what, I don't want my girl working, bro. Not saying this could happen, but I've seen this happen, bro. to where I don't want my woman working to where another man is telling her what to do. Another man's in her face 24/7. Because if you chip away at a wall long enough, it will break. Because as a man, I'm going to tell you for myself, any other man in here, we're not perfect, bro. You're going to make a mistake, bro. You're going to make a mistake, bro. So look, you could think you're not going to make a mistake. You could tell yourself, oh, I'm a perfect man. I'm that nigga. I'm a boss. Cap. You're going to make a mistake one day, bro. You're going to make a mistake. And if you cheat on her, leave. If she take you back, just leave, bro. Because she's never going to forget it. She's never going to forget it. She's going to say she forgive you. And if she's past it, she's not. She's lying. She's thinking with her heart she don't want to leave. She's scorned. You might as well leave, champ. You might as well leave. As we close out the show, right? I want to thank all you guys for coming today. YouTube land, if you don't listen, I look at the analytics, so I know you guys are watching the show. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'm going to come to your house, beat you up, kick in the front door. I am so much lying. Listen, don't believe me. That's cap. Shout out. So right now I am streaming on YouTube. Let me see how YouTube is looking, guys. Let me see how YouTube is looking. And I've actually uploaded the actual theme song. So it'll be up to on DSPs. So you actually listen to the theme song. Oh, you can actually, listen to the theme song, right? Listen to the theme song. And so what I want to say about this 10 episode series, guys, this 10 episode series to kick off season, we can call this season 1. This is the first actual season. We'll call it season 1. It's fine. Because all you guys who are starting here with me in the Maserati community, this will be season 1. And hold on. You know what, guys? Let's do this. I want to do some guys here. Let's try to do this, guys. Let's do this together, guys. Let's do this together, guys. Where is it at? Let's do this together. Let's do this together. We're going to do this. We're going to start keeping this. In the corner here. You know, just keep this like right in the corner right here. Bam, right? That'd be cool. Or up here somewhere, like right there or something. Let me see how that looks, because I can see on Instagrams. But yeah, this is gonna be a new series. Like I said, it's gonna be a new series, 10 episode series, which is cool. I want to start a new season like this because to me, and I'm saying this is just to me, I feel like a lot of people don't have something they can go to and say, hey, this guy is going to give me some good stuff, some funny stuff, some sports stuff, some entertainment stuff, but generally some self-improvement stuff for men and women. But this is a men's channel. So ladies, if you do come in here, I don't mind. Y'all can come on in here. I ain't mind. You know what I'm saying? Come on in here. But it's mostly for men, right? And not saying that in a misogynistic way or a narcissistic way, but it's really saying in a way that like, I really want to help as many people as I can with the stuff that I've been through. Right. And I'm telling y'all this from a space of things that I've done that I've grown from. I've came on a long journey. And if you don't know my journey, we'll be talking about my journey in this next 10 episodes for season 1 of the Talk with Maserati podcast, because we're doing this new season's structure. Right. And if you have any questions about that, just send them to my DM, send it to me, and then we'll talk about it. Like I'm very open about talking about a lot of stuff because I've been through a lot of stuff. If you're working on talk about heartbreak, been there, relationship, street, financial, I've been broke, I've been rich. Well, I haven't been rich. I've had a couple of dollars. I haven't been rich. That's cap. You know how we be capping. But I definitely want to help people like I help myself. Like for me, every day is a challenge, right? Because every day we go through some BS, whether it be with family, whether it be with friends, whether it be with loved ones, you know, whether you a dog, I've been a dog, whether you're toxic, I've been toxic. Like I've been it all, but I've had fun doing it. But the whole point is this. I want you guys here with me for the next 10 episodes, the best you can be. The timing of the episodes, I don't know. They'll probably be like after 8, after 7. The dates, somebody in the chat, give me a date. What day should I have it, guys? Somebody in the chat, give me a date. Should it be Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays? Should it be when? I'm not too sure. But I do want to say that most likely they'll be on Twitch and YouTube and they'll go up to Twitch and YouTube and save on there. The finals will be on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe there. Clips will be on Instagram and TikTok. We're trying to flood the social medias with all that. And definitely merch is coming. As you can see, the logo is right where? Logo's right here. Logo's right there. Yeah, there's the logo right there. Logo's right there. So there we go. But before we get up out of here, today's show was financially handsome versus financially stable. And if you don't know the difference, what I want to say is financially handsome is the fake jewelry, the Jordans, the white tee, the trap house sexy, the capping on the internet. That's financially handsome. The reason why we call that financially handsome is because the exterior looks good. When you see it from afar, when a female sees it from afar, that moissanite hit different. The chains look good. But you go to home, he's broke, he sleeps on the floor, he lives with his parents or something like that. That's financially handsome. Why? Because it's very attractive. It might lure you in. Financially stable looks like a person's broke. Why? They drive a modest car, they have modest clothing, but they live in a nice apartment. They have good credit. They have an emergency fund. They have savings. They have an investment. They have a 401k. Everything to be a stable adult responsible for life. A lot of women, like I said before, are attracted to financially handsome because it complements their lifestyle that they've always dreamed about having. Financially stable looks like a nerd or geek that women don't choose in the beginning stages of life until they make a bunch of bad choices and the consequences hit on the back end. Now they want to choose that. So, which is fine. Like everyone has the right to do what they want. But what I do want to talk about is this before we leave. Fellas, if we can get rid of the financially handsome and everybody become financially stable, we wouldn't have to worry about women picking that group. That group would be out. But rappers still exist. So we'll always have that because the allure of wearing a white tee, some jeans, designer shoes, designer belts, smoking weed and drinking and doing drugs and having lean and doing all, that's the aesthetics of being financially handsome. Like I went to a club 2 weeks ago, right? And that was the aesthetic. That was the whole aesthetic. And I get it because I used to have that aesthetic. Like anyone who's been in their 20s, in like a nigga in their 20s or any fly guy in their 20s, the aesthetic is financially handsome. I had a grill. I had all that. It was cool. It wasn't my thing. Let me take this out. This is getting on my nerves. Sorry, guys. But that wasn't my thing, right? But as you grow, you'll learn, right? But before we get up out of here, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It was a fun show. The next one will be, actually, guys, so we'll be on live, Instagram Live. We should have some ladies coming on Instagram Live this Saturday. I think we said 8 o'clock. I got to send them the questions. I'm going to work on the questions right now. I forgot what we're talking about, but I'll remember. Am I streaming tonight? I don't think I'm streaming tonight. I don't think I'm doing a 24-hour stream or nothing like that because I'm not staying up late. I do want to shout out everybody, but you know what we do before we leave, guys? You already know the drill before we leave, how we leave up out of here. We do the same thing every night. Let's go. Let's go. This is how we leave every night. Let's go.
Manhood made from lessons taught. We talk truth, we talk pain, turning struggle into strength again. From the heart to the mic, we keep it grown, keep it right. If you're looking for the path you're lost, we bring the light into your life. Talking with